Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Atha Chadurdashodhyayah. In the last few shlokas of this chapter, Bhagavan Krishna, he very well explained about the nature of the three gunas and how the three gunas bind us to this samsara. And hearing all this, Sri Arjuna asked to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, what will be the conduct of a person who has gone beyond these three gunas? What are the signs or the marks, and how will he conduct himself? And how does a person go beyond these three gunas? How to go beyond these three gunas? So these are all the questions of Sri Arjuna to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and for that Bhagavan Sri Krishna answers in this last few shlokas of this chapter. Shloka 22, chapter 14 of Bhagavad Gita. Shri Bhagavanuvacha prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava na dveshti sampravrittani na nivrittani kankshati. So prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava. That is, prakasha means light, brightness, intelligence, and pravritti means any type of action. Moha means delusion, complete confusion. So all these are the nature of these three gunas. A person who is that is gone beyond these three gunas, a person who identifies with himself, not with these three gunas, he has no dveshti, no hatred, no kankshati, not even attracted. He neither hates nor longs for these activities, for these gunas. That is, a person who is sattvic in nature, he always wants something for something of knowledge, something that appeases his hunger for knowledge, then purity, straightforwardness. He will demand all that all the time. A person who is sattvic in nature. A person who is rajasic in nature, he wants always to perform some work or other. He wants to do his duty. And a person who is tamasic in nature, he always want to be lazy and like that. He will be attracted to those activities or attracted to those gunas of nature. A person who is sattvic will be attracted to the sattvic nature. Who is rajasic will be attracted to the rajasic nature. That is, a person who has gone beyond these three gunas. He neither hates these activities or hates these gunas, or nor does he longs for it. They will be very calm and peaceful. But if they want to perform an action, they will do. They will not hesitate from it. A person who is a sattvic nature, he will have a pride that I know everything. I know this Vedas. I know about Upanishads. Like this, automatically a feeling will come in him. Just like that, a person who is a rajasic in nature, he will have a feeling that I have this materialistic knowledge. Or a jnani, even though he has his knowledge, he is not attached to it and he don't feel any pride in it. Because he always identifies with his self, and he very well knows that these gunas are only an agent, external. He is not that. He doesn't connect with that gunas. So he will not be attracted to it, nor does he hate it. Just like that, he will always be absorbed in his self. So that way he will conduct his nature like this. He will be always absorbed in his own self. Udasinavatasino gunayvyo na vichalyate guna vartanda ityeva yovadishtati ninghate. Udasinavad, that is, he will be unconcerned. Asina, he will be seated. He will be there, present, unconcerned about these three gunas. Ne vichalyate, he is not moved by these three gunas. Even if he have to be present in a place where there are rajasic activities, he will be unconcerned with it. He doesn't say anything or he doesn't react to it. He is unmoved by all these gunas. Na vichalyate, he is unmoved by these gunas. Avadishtati, he is always self-centered. Avadishtati, he is always self-centered. He doesn't feel this presence of this gunas itself because he is so much self-centered. He doesn't have any likes or dislikes. He is unconcerned and not moving. He doesn't have any particular likes or dislikes. Sama dukha sukha swastha samaloshtasma kanchana tulya priya priyo dhiraha tulya nindatma samstutihi. He will be same in sukha and dukkha. He will be same in pleasure or pain. He doesn't react that much. Even if he has to experience something unpleasant, in unpleasant situation, he doesn't react. He just accept it and go off because he knows that everything is external to him. And swastaha, always in his own self, doesn't react to these gunas. We all react to the gunas because we do not know that we are separate from it. Even if we know theoretically, we have not experienced or felt that difference. We have not felt that we were unable to detach from the gunas. So we feel that I am that guna. Or a jnani, he will very well understand that he is separate from that gunas. I am different and these gunas are external to me. Just like that he will feel and he takes everything equally. He will swastaha, always standing in his own self. Sama loshtashva kanchanaha. Loshta means some mud, a clod of earth. There is mud. He will see the mud. Ashma means the stone, and Kanchana means gold. He doesn't see any difference among all this. He just take some mud. If we give him some gold, he doesn't feel any difference. It doesn't mean that he's ignorant about it. He understands the value of the gold as well as the mud, but he doesn't react. For him, everything is the same because all this, what is the use for all this? It is external to me. So, like that, he will say, Tulya Priya Apriyo. Tulya Priya Apriyo means he is same to one who is dear to him and not undear to him. Some people will be dear to us, some people will just get irritated when they see us, and we also get irritated by seeing them going like that. But all these feelings are not there in a jnani. He just doesn't care. He see both the people who are dear to him and undear to him is equal. Dhiraha, very firm, not for a particular period of time. Always he will be like that. Tulya ninda studi, tulya ninda samstudihi. Just like that, even when someone condemn them, censure them, he will not care for it. Someone praise him, that also he will not care for it. So you just take it as a guna. When someone praises him, he doesn't care, and someone censures him, he doesn't care. So we all have to think one point here. Sometimes when our desires are not satisfied, we just pass all the bad remarks on Bhagavan. He did that. Why can't he help me? I have given him so much. Why can't he help me? Sometimes we praise Bhagavan. So all this, Bhagavan doesn't care for anything. It's only good or bad for us. If we praise him, our nature, guna, will go beyond the sattvic guna. If we censure him or if we condemn him for our mistakes or for our karmas, then we will go in a degrading way. Only our guna will be affected, not by Bhagavan's guna, or he doesn't care. So some people, when their desires are not satisfied, they condemn Bhagavan. They just scold Bhagavan. For that, Bhagavan is not responsible and he doesn't care. Even if we praise him, he doesn't care. But it is good for us. And here one point has to be very well understood. So, how does a person go beyond asanta? That is, when we see an object, a thought will be created in our mind. A vritti will be created. So, I see a gold, yeah, it's gold. But for ordinary people, what happens is if a person has sattvic guna in his mind, immediately he will say, what is the use of this? Bhagavan doesn't need all this. A person who is rajasic, he wants to own that. Immediately he feels wearing that gold. If a person is a tamasic, then he wants to steal it. So that's the way we react, because these gunas are in our mind and we react according to the gunas. So first everything is formed, a thought is formed by seeing the gold. For a jnani also, immediately this thought will be formed. Yeah, it's gold. He is not ignorant about it. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have not seen gold itself. No. He knows about gold and he see, yeah, it's gold. And if he see mud, that also he will see, yeah, it is a piece of some mud. So that's all. But in ordinary person, the second vritti will be formed according to that gunas. But in a jnani, this second vritti is not formed because he knows that it is outside me. This gunas itself is outside me. So the second vritti is not formed. That is, the second thought is not formed in a jnani. But for us, the second thought will be formed according to our guna, just like what I said. So this is the difference. So a jnani also has not, he knows about everything, but his mind will not react. The mind will not give place for the gunas to perform. But for all of us, the mind gives place for the gunas to perform because we are attached. This jiva is attached to the mind. If the jiva or the self knows about itself, then it is detached from the mind. So the next shloka, the 25th shloka. मानापमानयोस्तुल्यः तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारम्भ परित्यागी गुणातीत स उच्यते. He will be same in mana and apavana. Just like what I said. If someone condemn us, if someone condemn a jnani, then he will know that he is scolding me or he is condemning me. That's all. The second vritti to react to that will not be formed in a jnani, but for us it will be formed. Even if you are unable to talk back or react immediately, we will go home and think over it and create 1,000 thoughts based on it. That is because of our guna. In that way only this guna binds us. For some people, they will take revenge. So that is rajasic nature. Who said, why did he condemn me? I will give back. That is rajasic nature. Tamasic nature, then and there he will just shout back. Sattvic nature, he will just keep in his mind and so feel so depressed. So in this way, the gunas bind us. Actually, the other person cannot hurt our atma. They are hurting our body-mind complex only. But we react immediately. And jnani, he will take both mana and apamana both equally. He will not react. That is, the second thought will not be formed. Tulya mitrari vakshayoho, equal to a friend as well as to an enemy, because he doesn't give importance that he is my enemy or he has done this thing in my past or he has helped me. It doesn't mean that he doesn't show gratitude. It's not like that, but he doesn't feel the difference between an enemy and a friend. He will just take both of them as Atma, the self. Sarvaramba Parityagi, that is, he will abandon all the actions, that is, all the new undertakings like any activity. He will abandon all the actions, always immersed in the self. Then he is said as a person crossed the gunas. Mam cha yo vyabhichareena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samadityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpade. Bhagavan is telling, one who has undivided devotion towards me and serve me, Sir Gunan Samadhi Yaitan, then he crosses beyond the gunas, because always thinking about Bhagavan, always worshipping or in meditation, something connected with Bhagavan, then automatically our mind will change, our mind will begin to understand the higher concept. So he crosses beyond the gunas and he becomes Brahman. He becomes Brahman, Bhagavan is telling. So a person, how to train himself is, he must have unswearing or undivided devotion towards Bhagavan, always serving him, and he crosses beyond the gunas and becomes Brahman. ब्रह्मणो हि प्रतिष्ठाहम् अमृतस्याव्ययस्य च शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य सुखस्यैकान्तिकस्य च. Bhagavan, in this last shloka of this chapter, he says, I am the abode of Brahman, that is Pradishtaham. Brahmano hi Pradishtaham. I am the abode of Brahman. Amritasya, I am the abode of immortality. Avyayasya, immutable. Shashvatasya, dharmasya, everlasting dharma. Sukasya, this bliss. Yehantikasya, that is absolute. So I am that absolute Brahman, the immutable, the everlasting Dharma, the absolute bliss. I am Brahman. So Bhagavan very clearly says this in this last shloka of this chapter. And the next chapter is the continuation of this last word, I am Brahman. So this chapter began with the words of Bhagavan Krishna. He declared the supreme knowledge. By knowing it, one can attain me, he said. And he said that my womb is this Prakriti and I place the seed in it, and which implies that with the help of the Prakriti, the ideas of Bhagavan are manifested, and any being is the expression of the Atma, which is the combination of Prakriti and Purusha. And he very clearly explained about the three natures of Prakriti, the three gunas of Prakriti, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Sattva is purity, Rajas is activity, and Tamas is ignorance. He explained the nature of these three gunas very clearly, and these three gunas express through our senses in the body, and these three gunas are present in our mind, and thus the three gunas binds a jiva to the external world or to the samsara. So the fruits of sattva is happiness, the fruits of rajas is misery and worry, and the fruit of tamas is ignorance. So a jnani who understands that I am not the guna, I am the self, he attains me. So these three gunas, one has to understand its nature and go or cross beyond these three gunas. A person who is not attached to these gunas, he neither hates it nor is attracted by it. He is always self-centered and he has equal vision towards everything. And one who has undivided devotion towards me, he becomes Brahman. And in the last shloka of this chapter, Bhagavan, that is the 27th shloka of this chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says that I am the abode of Brahman, the immortal, the immutable, the everlasting Dharma, and the absolute bliss. So this is the end of the 14th chapter. Om Tat Sat Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita So Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Chadurdashodhyayah. In my next upload, I continue with the next chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयोर्भूति ध्रुवानीतिर्मतिर्मम. ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु.